Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Unali with Story Time, and we have been reading gingerbread stories. We have read 4 of them already. This is our 5th one. Let's see. We've read this one, and this one, and this one, and now we're reading this one. Oh, and we've read this one. I knew there was 5. Okay, here we go. This one is called Gingerbread Baby by Jan Brett. Jan Brett wrote and illustrated this book, and she has a really neat way of illustrating, of drawing the pictures. She has clues on what's next in this little gingerbread shape. There's a clue what's going to be on the next page. Let's see. It was cold outside. It was warm inside. A fine day for gingerbread, Maddie thought. Maddie's mother put the big blue bowl on the table and lit the stove. Maddie took down a worn-looking cookbook with old-fashioned writing on the cover. He opened it up to the page that said, Gingerbread Boy. Let's see. Here's the cookbook. They measured and mixed. Maddie rolled the dough into the shape of a gingerbread boy, and they popped him in the oven. Bake a full 8 minutes, no more, no less. Do not peek. Oh, it says it in big words. Do not peek. The recipe read. Maddie listened to the clock. Tick tock, tick tock. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4, 5. Maddie couldn't wait any longer. Oh no. It said do not peek, and he didn't wait till 8. He opened it at 5. I wonder what's going to happen. He opened the oven door to take a peek. Instead of a gingerbread boy, out jumped a gingerbread baby. It wasn't fully cooked, so it came out as a baby. Look at. He pranced around the big blue bowl. I am the gingerbread baby, fresh from the pan. If you want me, catch me if you can. Uh-oh. Maddie's mother reached for the gingerbread baby to put him back into the oven, but he ran all around the kitchen. The door opened, and in came Maddie's father. What's that delicious smell? He asked, as the gingerbread baby tumbled through his legs and outside in the yard. Oh, look it. There he goes, and look who's behind. He ran by the tabby cat. She twitched her tail and sprang at him. They rumbled and tumbled, but the gingerbread baby came out on top. He's riding the cat. He ran toward the garden wall. The dog caught a whiff of tasty ginger and sniffed along behind him. But the gingerbread baby was halfway up when the dog caught up. He barked and barked as the gingerbread baby climbed over the wall. Maddie was still inside. He heard his mother and father yelling. He heard a cat meowing and a dog barking, and he heard the gingerbread baby shouting, Catch me if you can. Maddie opened up the worn-looking cookbook for the 2nd time. He's probably trying to figure out what to do now because he didn't follow the rules. He opened it before he should have. Meanwhile, the gingerbread baby wheeled on down the path and into the barn. The goats looked up as he somersaulted across their backs. The last one tried to catch him, but the gingerbread baby was too fast. He's somersaulting. Martha and Madeline were standing by the well when the gingerbread baby stopped to take a drink. They looked at each other and winked. Martha started to talk to him while Madeline tiptoed up behind him with the bucket. They were trying to catch him. but they couldn't fool the gingerbread baby. Oh, look, Maddie's in here and he's cooking something. I wonder what he's doing. He took a braid from Martha and a braid from Madeline and tied them in a knot and ran down the road. Oh no! He tied their hair together so they couldn't chase him. Back in the house, Maddie stirred, mixed, and rolled the dough. He shaped it, put it in a pan and into the oven. Tick-tock, tick-tock, 8 long minutes. This time he didn't peek. I will catch him if I can, Maddie said to himself. Oh, he read that book and it told him to do something. I wonder what this is going to do. As he was bouncing along, the gingerbread baby saw a farm wagon just ahead. He jumped in and settled down for the ride next to a mama pig. The smell of gingerbread was too much for her. She tossed him high in the air, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Remember the fox and the coyote ate the last gingerbread man? I wonder if the pig is going to get this guy. Let's see. But the gingerbread baby twisted in the air and came down hard on her porky snout. She didn't get him. I am the gingerbread baby, too quick for the mother and the father, too fast for the cat and the dog, the goats, too clever for Martha and Madeline, too smart for the mama pig who's left. Catch me if you can. Oh, she looks so happy. Feeling smug, the gingerbread baby strolled along by himself until he came to a bridge that crossed over to the village. Just as he got to the middle, he heard running feet behind him and saw a crowd of villagers ahead of him. The gingerbread baby was trapped. He jumped up onto the railing, backflipped through the air, and landed on a chunk of ice floating down the river. And look, here's our clue again. What's happening in that picture? The ice bobbed along with the gingerbread baby dancing on top and singing in a loud voice. Look at me, and what do you see? The best gingerbread baby ever! Until his feet got cold and he jumped ashore. Uh-oh, look who. It's a fox. Who was that watching from the trees? It was the fox. He crept up behind the gingerbread baby, ready to eat him up. But the fox couldn't help himself, and he licked his chops. Smack, smack. The gingerbread baby heard him and ran as fast as he could. Oh, look how close he's getting. Think he's going to eat him? Just when the fox was catching up, the gingerbread baby saw the milk and cheese man with his can of milk. The perfect hiding place, he thought. He lifted the lid and lowered himself inside. He was so pleased that he sang at the top of his gingerbread voice. Ha ha, hee hee, you'll never find me. I'm the gingerbread baby. Catch me if you can. The milk and cheese man heard the gingerbread baby's voice. Who is meddling with my milk? He shouted and lifted the lid, but the gingerbread baby was ready. He jumped up and tweaked his nose. Now, the milk and cheese man, the fox, the villagers, the mama pig, Martha and Madeline, the bleeding goats, the barking dog, the meowing cat, the father and the mother were all after the gingerbread baby and getting closer, and he knew it. The brash baby was not as peppy and proud as he had been. He sniffed a familiar smell and followed his nose into the woods. I wonder what he sniffed. Remember, Maddie was making something. Let's see what happens. He couldn't believe what he saw. There in the middle of a clearing was a gingerbread house, frosted with sugar, covered with candy, and doors with peppermint handles wide open. The gingerbread baby clapped his hands with glee and ran inside. Uh-oh. And look, he's hiding. Let's see what he does. In a tick-tock, tick-tock, everyone arrived in the clearing, but all they found were a few bits of frosting, a peppermint candy, and some crumbs. See? That's all they found. The father exclaimed, "The gingerbread baby has finally met his match." They think somebody ate him. Do you think that happened? "I wonder who it was," the mother said. "Let's go home and tell Maddie." See our clue over here? Maddie's got the gingerbread house in his arms and he's running home. You think the gingerbread baby's in there? "Hello, Maddie," his father said when they got home. "We never did catch that gingerbread baby. All we found were some crumbs in the snow." "I see you have been busy," his mother said, looking at the gingerbread house Maddie was holding. "Too bad we never caught that gingerbread baby." "Too bad," said Maddie. "He didn't tell them." Only Maddie could hear the tiny voice from inside the gingerbread house. This is a neat book. It has a secret flap. Ready? Look who's in there. It says, "I'm the gingerbread baby, lucky as can be to be living in the house that Maddie made for me." Oh, Maddie was so smart to read how to catch him, huh? So that fox didn't get this one. He sure did try. The end. That was a good one. Now we have read 5 gingerbread stories. Join me tomorrow for another one. See you later. Bye-bye.
Your local library may have this book available for checkout. Remember to read every day. Happy reading!